it is time for our month tournament.
I'm getting a caffeine high right now.
We have ranked all 12 months, and we are going to go through and decide together which months are moving on to the next round. So first, let me show you guys, or tell you guys, what 4 months are getting a bye. Which 4 months are like, you don't need to play in the first round. You can skip ahead and go to the second round and play the winner of the first round. So we've got July as the first seed.
That's ridiculous.
Listen, that's what the committee chose, and it's filled with controversy, but there is still a competition to be had.
I mean, even the name is offensive. July. I don't think they lie. I think they tell the truth sometimes.
I think it's a little anti-Semitic. I'm just saying.
All right, well, a less anti-Semitic month, October.
I feel like it's still pretty anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing...
Burr. That's almost like Berg. Come on.
Guys.
All right, what about the 3 seed, May?
Oh, my God.
Wrong!
May, more like...
Bad!
Bay.
Worst month ever.
And number 2, December.
Oh.
You know, Christmas.
We just had December.
We just did.
Very recent.
True.
Could have a recency bias. That's the problem. When I do my movie rankings at the end of the year, sometimes I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this movie since February. And the more recent movies get the bias, so that might play into December being the GOAT.
Cheese.
All right, and then our other 8 months, February is going up against September. June is going up against April.
God bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
January is going up against November. And August is going up against March.
All right. Are we starting this thing off?
Well, we have an option. We could start it or hear from Eric from Floral Park regarding the Kaylee Cuoco Air.
Let's hear Eric quickly.
All right, so he says there's a reason passengers are given headphones on a plane. No one should intrude on other person's privacy, especially on a plane where you're confined to your seat. Kaylee was wrong.
Wow.
People that walk around having phone conversation on speakerphone are equally wrong. We don't need to hear their conversation. For instance, I was trying to pick out a birthday card the other day at CVS, and some young woman about 10 feet away from me had an entire phone conversation on speakerphone. She was gabbing away, loud and clear for everyone to hear, extremely rude and annoying.
I mean, I usually get, talking on the phone, but if you're in a CVS, it's not like you're at a movie theater.
Right.
You're at a CVS, just go to another aisle.
Well, he was trying to pick out a birthday card that's only in one aisle.
That is true.
Like Sandy said, if it's a movie, if it's a movie theater, airplane, shut up, stop talking. But if you're at a CVS, you should...
I was kind of with him until he said the CVS thing. Come on, this woman can't talk on the phone at, a convenience store?
Yeah. Well, I think, the noise machine and the phone are a little bit different.
Yeah.
And one can be right while the other is wrong. I don't think they are together. But I think it is time for our tournament. With all of the months of the year, the 12 months of the year. Shall we get into it? So, which matchup wants to go first? Do we want to do the February, September?
Let's just go in the order.
All right, we'll go in order.
I'm saying February already.
All right.
Who's going to pick September?
I'm picking September.
Who's insane? What's wrong with you?
Well, this is the criteria that I usually go through for why I decide the month is superior. First of all, weather. September, we can all agree that the weather is far superior than February. February might be the worst month as far as weather goes. As far as sports goes, you have the Super Bowl and you do have the NBA All-Star Game. Mm-hmm. That is pretty much it as far as what I like as far as sports go. In September, you get the start of the NFL season, and as a Jets fan, at least you have some hope of your team doing good. So you have that. You have baseball coming down to the end of that. So you got good sports. That's sort of a wash. I think they're both equally good right there. Movies is another big thing for me. February, you have, in recent years, gotten really good movies. September, not so good. So I'll give the point to February there. But as far as, holidays, I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day.
I like Valentine's
I'm a big
Day.
Labor Day fan.
What?
I'm a huge Labor Day fan. I think any woman that goes through labor should deserve a day for
That's
themselves.
actually really true.
So I'm pro-woman. I'm going September. And it's my grandma's birthday month.
I honestly hate women, so that's why I'm going to be going with February. I believe women should stop giving labor. I think it's a very cheap way out of things. So yeah. Also, I love Valentine's Day. Even when I was single, I always loved Valentine's Day. Like the thing that I hated the most about Valentine's Day, though, were those people that would go around like moping around and making everybody else's day miserable because they were single. Like that is all your fault. Maybe if you didn't suck, maybe then you would have a boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm going to
Or
go
if
the
you-
upset with the 9th seed, and I'm going to go February over September on
Yeah,
this
this
one.
guy gets it.
All right, so we have 2 Februarys and 1 September. We were going to have Nico on the show. Of course, he decides not to show up. And
Rip.
that was going to be our tiebreaker.
No, Nico.
So now I'm sitting in an interesting spot right now. Either I give the point to February, who has 2 votes, or I give the point to
Yeah.
September.
But
were
then
you
that
going
would
for
tie it,
September?
though.
What were you going to pick, Liam?
I don't know. Here's the thing, and you brought it up. Sports, football is starting in September. There's the hope that something good will happen for whatever football team you root for. I'm a Jet fan. Justin, you're a Jet fan as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So we all have that hope. By February, and you mentioned the Super Bowl,
You got one football game.
you get one football game like the first or maybe second week of
yeah,
February.
and then it's done.
Right. And then you have nothing else to look forward to other than Valentine's Day.
Now, when I was a kid, September, was also the start of school.
Right.
Yeah.
And now when I'm an adult, I actually miss those times when you got to go back to school and you meet everybody again. You get the new.
Why?
The older you get, the more of appreciation, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't been in school in a decade at this point.
Okay,
close to-
so you miss meeting children then.
Sure. Why not?
You like
When I was a child, yeah, I missed that whole
So sad.
joining up and meeting your friends and seeing what teachers you were going to get. And the weather was just so nice. I mean, you're still wearing shorts.
Yeah.
You start doing your fall festivities at the end of the month. You could get in the swing of Halloween by the end of September. It's like summer and it's fall. It's the only month that has both those feelings to it.
Yeah, I do like September for that reason. The weather is spectacular, and the weather sucks in February. But I think for the sake of the game, to keep it moving, we got to give it to February. That's the 2
Let's
votes.
go.
Let's go.
And I think we have to move it on. Although I do like September, there is no tiebreaker. Unless you would like to call in, 516-572-7440.
There's nothing that I said that could convince you that September is superior.
Here's the
No.
thing, because here's the thing, because I like September, I probably like it more than February. However, then it would tie it up at 2-2. Then who would move on to the next round?
True.
So-
The other thing about February in recent years, like I said, the movies have gotten significantly better. We have been getting some bigger releases in the month of February, which used to be like a dumping ground for really bad films, but they've sort of stepped it up in the last 5-6 years. So,
Well, thank goodness for that.
all right, so February moves on.
February moves on. It will play July in the second round. Our next matchup, the 5 seed June against the 12 seed April.
That's ridiculous, these seedings. And again, I'll have to
Really
take that up
is.
with the committee.
Yes.
I love both of these.
And now here's the thing. I think what the committee said, and the reason why April was number 12, is because you often see the 12-5 upset.
And I think that's what I
what
hope
we're
to
seeing
see
right
here.
now.
I hope to see that here. April, as far as sports goes, it's up there with the best. You have the Masters, you have the end of the NCAA championship, you have the start of baseball, you have the NFL draft used to be in April. It's not anymore, but you have basketball and hockey all going on at this time. And as far as movies, used to not be great, but we've got, I believe, the last Avengers movie came out in April. April is now, believe it or not, the start of the summer season. I'm a huge Easter fan. I'll take Easter candy over Halloween candy any day. I'm a big jelly bean guy.
I love jelly beans.
So you got that. And then the big thing is the changing of the weather. You have the start of spring, and I hate winter. So as soon as we get out of winter and we start to see the flowers, and you could start to wear shorts, and you could maybe wear like a light jacket, the best. Head into Citi Field on an April day, nothing better than that.
I agree. I love April because I think June is just one of those months that it's a part of summer.
I love June, and I hate that these two are going up against each other because June does have NBA Finals, NHL Finals.
Right.
It's got the bigger movies, the big summer movies, and I do love the heat, but April is just that. It's that fresh beginning.
Yes, it is the spring. So Justin, you're going to
I'm
go
going
with
with April.
I'm going to go with April as well, if my vote is going to count. Devin?
Yeah, I got to go the underdog story, the 12th seed. Got to take the underdog. The month of my birthday, April.
Oh, that's your birthday. I'm going with June then.
The 4th of April being my birthday. The Easter landing on my birthday many times in my life has been very fun. So
420.
love Easter. Yeah, 420s in that month. So got to take the underdog story. Got to take the 12th seed over the 5th seed. June.
I have a question. Are you going to take the underdog story?
I'm taking the underdog story. I love it. Love it.
Okay, well, personally, I have to be the contrarian here, and I'm going to pick June solely for the reason that it is my birthday. It is my birth month. I was born on June 13th. It was Friday the 13th, actually. When I
That
was
makes a lot of
born.
sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we're not selecting June for that reason.
You guys hate me.
And because the consensus is April will be moving on to the second round to face October
Back-to-back upsets.
in the second round. All right, back-to-back upsets. What do you think about the 6 seed against the 11 seed? November versus January.
January weather
I spelled
sucks.
April
November
wrong.
weather is hit or miss.
Manageable.
We've had some nice 60-degree days in November. Not the biggest Thanksgiving fan, but I'll take Thanksgiving over any January holiday. As far as movies go, January, usually the dumping ground for a lot of crap. November, that's when you get the start of those Oscar-type movies, and you do have some big-budget releases. Like the Harry Potter movies came out in November. The Rocky movies are November.
You do see a lot of coming this Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. The Holdovers was a Thanksgiving sort of release. So you got the better movies, you got the better weather, you got the better holiday. As far as sports go, I do love NBA playoffs. I will take the NFL playoffs. January's got that. It's got the Royal Rumble as far as my wrestling, fans go. But I just think November's a little too overpowering. I'm going with November. And plus you got November Rain, one of the best songs by Guns N' Roses. There's no
You like that
January
song?
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
Really?
I don't.
There's no January song though, is there?
I don't know. Well, there's New Year's and there for all the acquaintance.
Yeah, Auld
beef.
Lang Syne.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's a great song, but it doesn't say January in it.
I guess so. Yeah, it's a good. This is by the Mountain Goats. It's called January 31st, 438.
Hey, I'm totally in the full heat of this one, so
All
I
right,
haven't
then
bothered.
No idea.
I think we all have to go with November because of that. I'm going November. That's my vote. And
Yeah.
and speaking of vote, you get to vote. And that's
Yes.
our God-given right. Veterans Day,
Which
Come
is
on.
why you need to go on famousbirthdays.com and cast your vote.
Yes.
So you got Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, Election Day, World Series baseball,
Yeah.
and you got the football going on, the Thanksgiving football, the parade, and then the start of the Christmas season, which is my favorite.
Yeah, so I think
I'm going November. If anybody else can say that January is better, by all means, step in.
Yeah, honestly,
November
I'm
takes it.
going to have to go with November. I did want to say January just because it's me and my partner's anniversary. But other than that, you have New Year's. But after New Year's, it's all dead. People are taking down their Christmas decorations. Work is insanely slow. I think I'm working 20 hours collectively this week.
And
between
New
my
Year's
two
Day
jobs.
sucks. It's not like New Year's Eve is like the holiday. No one really cares about New Year's Day.
yeah, right.
Yeah, no. What do we do on New Year's Day? Honestly, I just work
Regret.
because I get paid double. But that's really it.
Yeah, other than that, you just regret your decisions from the night before.
The only thing that January really has to me, like I said, is the Royal Rumble and the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, so I
which
think
is really good, but it's not good enough.
Oh yeah.
co-
Also, it's cold,
college, too.
nasty,
Yeah.
rainy.
I think November is going to take this pretty easy.
Oh, yeah, it's gotta move on.
Yeah.
All right, so November, the 6th seed is moving on to the second round to face off against May. So, all right, our final first round matchup, August versus March.
These are two really bad seasons. As far as sports goes, you got to give the edge to March. August literally only has baseball at this point.
And it's it's the dog days. It's how you pretty much know which teams are out of it, which teams are in it. And it's not until really September where the pennant races start to heat up. So August is just basically a waiting game in between the trade deadline and the pennant races. So August sucks.
And when I was a kid, I would really hate August because it meant the start of school.
Yeah.
I mean, that I was saying when I was older, yeah, I kind of liked the start of school. But when I was a kid, I was crying pretty much the entire last week of August, dreading the start of school.
Yeah.
I do like the summer. I do like the weather. There is, as far as movies go, usually March these days does have the superior movies. As far as sports goes, we've mentioned. March also has Easter from time to time, and it
Right.
also has WrestleMania from time to time. Sometimes those are in, majority of those times they are in April, but believe it or not, I looked it up. Easter is in March this year. So I'm a big Easter guy. I like the March Madness. The weather, I'll take August weather over March weather, but
Really?
March comes in like a lion and leaves like a lamb, and you do
Yes.
have some potential nice March days. St. Patty's Day is the holiday. There's no holiday in August as well.
Yeah.
I got to go with March.
No holidays.
I gotta go-
You get the corned beef and cabbage in March, and then also like I do. And in recent years, March hasn't been as bad weather-wise. I mean, August is just hot and humid and disgusting.
Which I will admit I do like that. I like 95-degree weather.
I don't mind the heat. It's the humidity.
Oh, you sound like one of those old people now.
It's not it's the humidity, and it's not the cold. It's the wind.
That's true, though.
It is, no, that's why the old people. They're right. They're wise. All right. So one vote for March, Justin.
Yeah.
Okay, Devin.
I gotta go August.
Oh my God.
Both are terrible months.
guy.
August doesn't have the sports that I want to see, but it is a summer month. It is it's on the summer side, but it's still a summer month. So I still got to take August over March just because of March. March Madness doesn't even completely finish in March. Like it finishes in April. So
But the good games, I love those early matchups.
Oh,
You
the
wait-
first and the second rounds are the best.
Dude, you just sit at the TV and there's like 6 games going on at once.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that. Especially during school, we would always have like our radios in our ears. We were old people. We didn't have phones. We couldn't watch them.
Yeah, now,
we would have
like-
a radio, transistor radio, and have the the headphone going into your ear.
Yeah, I would always have
That's my favorite part.
I would always have my phone open to the app and just have the games
Oh my
going.
God! If I had a
Yeah.
smartphone in high school, I'd be doing horrible things.
I
but-
did nothing.
Yeah,
I did
my
nothing
grades
in
would be
school.
even far worse than they were. But I got to go with March, and even just the name August. I mean, what a stupid name. March, though, we're marching. I like to march for rights.
Are we taking names now?
I don't.
March, I think that plays into it. There's no other month like March.
Sandy, one for August, one for March.
Well, honestly, I'm going to have to go March. I'm not sure what's wrong with you, like in your head. I don't know if you have some sort of disorder, but I think March is the only viable option here. I mean, August, like, sure, it's a summer month, but it's too hot. It's like, why do I have to put a blanket over my seat so I'm not burning my legs? There's nothing in August. There's no holidays. There's really nothing to look forward to. I mean, like, yeah, like you're heading towards school, so you're kind of just like checking off every day in your calendar, like terrifyingly waiting, like shaking in your boots. March is nice. It's the spring. It's still a little windy, so your legs aren't burning you. It's just a nice little month. Bunnies? You don't like bunnies?
I love bunnies.
Yeah.
So you hate bunnies, that's why you like August. So he wants all bunnies to die. I am a huge animal fan. So
March
I'm gonna
moves
go with
on.
March.
It's
March
marching
moves
on.
yeah. Well, here's my thing. I was born in August,
Okay, who cares?
and
So is my father. And Michael Jackson.
really
August 29th.
Okay. So
There he is.
we have-
Oh my God, Michael Jackson! I had no idea that you were still alive. How old are you?
yeah, we had Elvis and Michael Jackson,
And Michael Jackson married Elvis's daughter.
Wait a second. Why is he putting that in
some
there?
connections.
Michael Jackson, put that down. Put that down.
All right, but I think we can all agree. March is moving forward.
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
May the
Lay the
4th
house
be with
down.
you.
Yes.
and that's May. But it will be moving on to go up against December, the 2 seed. So our second round is set. July 1, February. July is the 1 seed going up against February, the 9 seed. April is going up against October.
That's a great matchup.
May against November, and March against December.
I think one of these, I really think 2 of these are really easy. I think the other 2 could go either way.
All right, so let's go. Let's start running through these because we've given our spiel about each month.
Yeah.
So let's just get to the nitty gritty.
Well, we haven't give our spiel on the
No, that's true.
the
On,
bye seeds.
on July, October, May, and December. So
Yeah.
let's go July versus February. Shall we?
I
Who's
think.
gonna say February? In all honesty.
Well, there is Black History Month in February. Are you racist?
Well, you didn't even want to pick February either. You picked September.
Well,
You did do that.
So you're racist, Justin.
I love July. You're not going to get bigger movies in any other month than July. Barbie and Oppenheimer both coming out in July last year. 4th of July is one of my favorite times of the year. I love the summer. It is my favorite of the seasons. And you get baseball. You do get some golf here and there. As far as sports goes, February is probably the better month of sports. But I just love July. I love, from being a kid in the summer to even being an adult and just going to Jones Beach. July is moving on in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you just got out of school. You still have like a whole month. You know, the weather is nice. It's not as painfully hot as August. I don't really celebrate the 4th of July that much. I usually have to work. But it's still, really fun vibe. You see people painting their faces like red, white, and blue. I always love seeing that when I go into my 12-hour Dunkin' Donuts job.
But then you get time and a half. That's
No.
an 8. No, you don't get time and a half on the 4th
I don't
of
get
July.
paid time and a half at Dunkin'. I only get paid time and a half at Zoomies.
Why is that?
Because Dunkin' sucks.
Good.
That's literally the only reason I can give you. If anybody listening to this, Dunkin' sucks, except for my one customer who actually listens, then Dunkin's the best, and I love you.
And that's according to Sandy, of course, not
Right.
WHPC's opinion.
Yeah, the views expressed on air are not necessarily. Anyway, we've got, all right, 1 vote for July. Devin.
2 votes for
2
July.
votes.
2 votes for July. I forgot about Sandy. She's behind the computer.
Meow.
And I'm gonna have to go with the sweep, and I'm gonna have to take July as well. Because
All right.
I don't think February is nearly as bad, though, as because I'm thinking of a lot of fun memories when I was a kid. My brother's birthday is in February. Drew Bledsoe's birthday is in February. My cat died in February.
Yeah, February is by no means a bad month, at least to me. I do enjoy February, especially since work starts to pick up again and I'm not freaking out over my bank account. But it's just not as good as July. I mean, I feel like this is kind of an unfair matchup.
Like July, you're not looking at the calendar and like counting down the days until you have to get back to school. But like in
Yeah, so the
August,
whole month off.
you're like, all right, we got 15 more days, 14 more, 13 more days. So you're counting in August. But in July, you get to just spend the days and not even have to worry about the counting of the days.
Throw some
Yeah.
water at your dog, living the life.
Yeah, of course. That only happens in July.
Oh, July moves on to the Final Four, right?
Yeah, July is in the Final Four. The 1 seed has moved on. All right, April against October.
Now, I do have the bias of October being my birthday month. Of course, Halloween is great. And the great thing about Halloween, we mentioned the Super Bowl taking place at the beginning of February. So by the time that's over, what else is there really to do in February? October's at the end of the month, literally the last day. So you can have that Halloween celebration the entirety of the month of October. That is a big factor.
Queen.
Sports, football is in full swing, and baseball, it's not like it matters for us Mets fans, October, but when they are in October, when the Mets are in October playing baseball, there's nothing better than playoff baseball, in my opinion. You get the start of the NBA, you get the start of the NHL, you do have the Halloween movies. I'm a huge horror movie buff, so I love watching the classics. I'll dabble with some of the new ones. I like watching my old sitcoms with their, the Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episodes. So October, I think, has some really good stuff. That being said, even though it is my birthday month, I think April is the superior month. For all the reasons I listed, I just like that whole start. I know where October's leading. October's leading to those cold days and those depressing, days that we're going through right now. But April is the beginning of new things.
But you got to stay present. You can't be looking forward and looking past
But
today.
that's part of it. That's part of it, man. I mean,
I don't know.
To me, it plays a big part. It leads into it. That's why, as much as I love Sundays, Sundays lead to Mondays. And I look at October as a Sunday. It's a great day. Sunday's great. But it always leads to Monday, and Monday is those cold, depressing days that we're in now. April, it's just got. When I hear Jim Nantz and the Masters, that music on CBS, hi friends, this is Jim Nantz here, and that little piano, that brings me back to the spring. I love Jim Nantz. You get to hear him on the the NCAA tournament. You get to hear him on the
Not
Masters.
anymore, in the NCAA.
Oh, he's done.
tournament.
That was his last year. Last
he's
year,
retired. Yeah.
Well, you get to hear him on the Masters, and
Yeah.
you get WrestleMania in April. As much as I love my birthday, I'm picking April.
All right, Sandy. April or October?
I have to say, I honestly feel like April's more depressing for me than October, because October, you have Halloween. I love Halloween. I already have my Halloween costume planned.
You're not wearing it now.
You
literally have
so funny.
You have a spider web on
honestly,
your shirt.
like that's probably the funniest thing I've ever heard. Like
It's
I'm gonna
pretty
have
funny.
to repeat that to all my friends. Honestly,
Do it.
Never ever heard that one before in my whole life. But no, anyways, I do have to go for October. It's like I don't view it as the beginning of like cold, sad days. I view it as the beginning of Christmas, the beginning of Thanksgiving. All these holidays start right after Halloween.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
If you're looking ahead, it's like, okay, we have Halloween at the end of the month, and then we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, the holiday season. You get to see the family, all that fun
Yeah,
stuff.
people are starting to put up their lights in October. Like I
Yeah.
love that.
What are you, as the sports guys? What is the
Right.
superior? Yeah, Sandy, as the sports guys, what is the superior month? You get the start of baseball versus the end of baseball.
Right.
You have NFL going on in October, but you have NBA and NHL playoffs starting in April.
November
so what are,
might be
what are you
that's
taking?
true.
I
out
gotta
of
give
the
it-
sports. November might be the
No,
best.
out of
No,
April
out
and
of April and
October.
October.
Oh my
April,
gosh.
October, you go April.
Dangus.
So you're going
talking
April as
about?
far as sports go.
I'm gonna have to go October because you have the NFL playoffs
Nope.
No.
and the
that's now.
NHL playoffs.
No.
No,
Yeah.
And the
actually,
and, and the baseball, absolutely, and the football.
yeah. I'm gonna go with April just
For sports.
Yeah, the Masters, the end of the NCAA tournament, and
Start
then
of baseball.
Yeah,
April moves
baseball.
on, I will do something horrible to myself.
Yeah, even though October, Sandy, you mentioned it. What was you and your partner's anniversary month?
It is not October; it's
No.
January.
Yeah, no. Yours is January. Mine is October.
Ah,
So
what
that's-
day?
That's my tie-in, the 11th.
Ah.
So, but
Well,
Love it.
Holidays.
Now, if you don't pick October, Liam, then you hate your girlfriend.
well, I actually haven't had a say in any of these, so
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well-
because then it would have been tied every time.
The girl from Parks and Rec, April Ludgate, beautiful. Come on, how hot is she? She might be in my top 5. Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, by the way, it's 8:36, so
Aubrey
we moved
Plaza.
fast. Justin, it's time for your top 5 hottest women ever. So whenever you're
We'll go
ready.
through this quickly. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer. No, Jennifer Lopez from 2002 is number 5.
Okay.
Number 4. Veronica Vaughn from Billy Madison.
Number 3.
Nala from The Lion King.
What?
Number 2.
Cameron Diaz from 1994.
Number 1.
Early 90s Winona Ryder.
All right, thank you very much, Justin.
This guy gets
There we
it.
go.
This guy gets it.
but with October, yes, it has Halloween, it has my mother's birthday, but in April, it's got my birthday. You got Easter.
hate your mom.
You got the NBA playoffs, the ending of the NCAA playoffs. Like it's got to be April between the two. It's got to
All
be
right.
April.
So you
April
hate
is
your
moving
mom.
on.
It sounds-
April moves
it
on to the
sounds-
Final Four.
What?
Yep, going up against July.
This is horrible. It's probably the worst. I'm gonna have to do horrible things to myself when I get home.
That's unfortunate. May versus November. Next round,
I
or
have
next
to go with
game.
May. Again,
It's going to be May.
it's gonna be May, and you get the May the 4th be with you.
Ah.
But you do have. Hey, we got all the stuff that we were mentioning. Both those NHL and NBA playoffs are going on.
Yes.
Now I believe the NFL draft does. When does that take place now these days?
I
It
don't know,
used to be April.
Devin, you're the NBA guy.
I think it might be June actually.
I think
yeah.
it's June.
But
think it's
as
June.
far as like the big movies go, May is the month. That is the big month. Memorial Day
Yes.
is my favorite weekend. I love that start of summer. Summer, as I mentioned, is my favorite season. So I love that Memorial Day weekend. You just drink at Jones Beach, you watch the air show, you have fun. The weather is beautiful. That's when all the flowers are officially out. You can go to the Arboretum. You can head to Jones Beach. The movies are great. The sports are great. And the holidays are great. As much as I do enjoy November, it's just too cold. It's too cold for me. I'm taking May.
All right, Devin, May or November?
I love May. I love the weather in May, but I honestly have the opposite feelings of Justin. I love the cold. The cold is what I love. I hate being hot because when it's hot, I can't keep taking off layers because I can't take off skin. If it's cold, I can put layers on. I don't have to. You can combat being cold. You can't combat being hot. So
People always say that, but I'm sorry. If it's really cold, no matter how many layers you're putting on, you're still going to be cold. I'm never
cozy.
that hot. And just if you wear shorts and a t-shirt, I mean, like, how hot is
You're
it
going to
really?
be cozy, and then the ending of the MLB postseason, the startup of hockey and basketball
I was
and
gonna say that.
and football is going on, and so it really is the best time. So I got to take November on this one.
That's
All right,
ridiculous.
Sandy.
Yeah, I do have to be with Devin when it comes to
What?
November. For example, all of the sports stuff that he listed, love the November sports. And it's like May, it's just there's nothing for me there. With November, it's, people have their Christmas lights up and people are preparing for Thanksgiving. You get like 5 days off of school. It's great. It's not freezing yet. It's not killing you. I just feel like November is just the better choice here.
All right, so November is moving on
That
to
is
the
the-
Final Four.
And I will say, May is actually my favorite month.
May is a
wrong
really
with
good
you?
month.
May is number
Like,
one.
I love
actually.
Memorial Day. It's the first month where pretty much every day you can wear shorts
Yeah.
and a t-shirt. I do love May, but it's a tough matchup going up against November, Thanksgiving, start of the holiday season, all that jazz.
I just support the troops that have passed away, Memorial Day. I just like to think about them, so...
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
you didn't think about Black History Month.
Well, you
so.
also aren't thinking about the veterans who are still with us.
But they're still alive.
all right.
They'll eventually be dead, and then they'll celebrate them.
This
in
guy
May.
hates the troops for real.
All right. Last matchup in the
So what do we
second
got? We got
round.
November moving on?
Yeah, November's moving on. It's
Let's
March
go.
versus December.
I don't even think we really need to get
Yeah,
into this.
all right.
December moves on, right?
December
Yeah,
is going
December.
on to
Who's
the
gonna
Does
pick
Final
anyone
Four.
disagree?
Yeah, no.
All right, so it's the last time we'll hear this.
Aw, look what you did. We
March,
could have heard that with May.
March is out. Womp womp. All right.
Final Four.
Final Four. July versus April. Let's go through this quickly.
I'm going with April.
April,
I'm gonna
Devin.
have to go with July.
It's gotta be
April's just
April.
So boring.
Wow.
No.
The 12 seed April.
gotta be
awesome. WrestleMania, baby.
But it's
July,
so
I mean-
boring. What is there for you in July? What is there for you in April? Like
We missed it everything.
It's my birthday.
All the sports are going on besides football.
I mean, yeah, that's so true. I love the sports.
Playoff
but
basketball.
I feel like
college playoff basketball. It's
I think it needs to be disqualified.
flowers. Do you not like flowers?
Oh, no,
I can
hate
buy myself flowers.
I hate
That's
this one.
another reason why I hate April, because of that song. But yeah, no, I feel like it should be disqualified just because it's Devin's birthday.
And one of my favorite porn stars, April O'Neil.
Okay.
Yes,
name's
of
April.
course.
Okay.
yes.
What are you
all
going
right.
to say, Liam?
Listen, I love July because I really do think that the 4th of July is the best day of the year because of the barbecue, being with family, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, pool, all that stuff. I do
Getting
love
hungry.
The
July.
Rocket Pops.
Rocket Power. Oh, the bomb.
The Red Rockets. Yeah.
Maybe I do want July, but I think April is going to move on.
You suck, Liam. You guys all hate America. You guys all hate America.
I love Jesus. I love Jesus. And, he came back from the dead in April.
But America, so you hate, this guy hates America. You guys all hate America. You guys are all horrible, horrible people.
420, man.
George Washington didn't die for this.
Man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Exactly,
I'm
Randy.
saying.
All right. So April is moving on. November versus December.
December.
Devin.
Who's going to disagree?
I've got to take December. I love November and all the sports and everything in there, but I got to take December. It's got to take it.
Yeah, this one's like also anything going up against December. Almost anything going up against December.
Only thing that matches up is April, possibly.
December is great. Yeah, I'm going with December. But as far as like the weather goes, December doesn't even reach my top 5 months.
Well, because
the
you-
weather
Yeah, but it's
sucks
like-
in
You don't like the
December.
cold.
I
No,
get it,
it's
but
terrible.
it's just
Who likes the cold? You like waking up when it's 20 degrees and going into your car?
Yeah.
That's exactly.
likes
That's what I do
that?
every
I
morning.
appreciate
Getting the
my
frost
car.
off.
Yeah, but you like that? Like, have you done the morning show in the summer? It's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
It's like 70
it's not.
degrees.
It's freaking burning my skin off.
At 6 a.m.?
Yes.
No, it
The
depends.
sun's been out for a while. at
If
that.
it's humid, it is horrendous.
Horrible.
All right.
And
so
either way, like honestly, I don't even care about the weather as long as it's Christmas time. You know?
Yeah, but then when Christmas ends, it's depression time. November at least has that anticipation still going on.
I guess
Once December
so.
25th, that last week of December, I actually hate. I'm not a New Year's guy.
I
So
agree.
literally a fourth of the month sucks.
I
Whereas
agree.
November, I think, is all good. I'm still going with December, but I think you guys have the wrong Final Four. But I'll stick with your guys' votes, and
Yeah, the
I'm
top
going to go
two.
with December.
I feel
I-
like I'm being gaslit.
I like November, I think, a little bit more than December because
You
I
think
do like
so?
the fall more than like the winter.
I'm with you.
All right. Well, maybe we have a caller at 516-572-7440 who wants to break the tie. But at the moment,
December and April.
it's December and April
This is horrible.
in the final. So it's the 12 seed versus the 2 seed. Who do we got?
If you guys pick April, I'm literally going to have to like do something.
April.
horrible. I'm gonna have to do something. horrible.
April is the answer. April is the answer.
Devin.
How is April the answer?
It's April, as I said before. My birthday month, Easter, NBA playoffs, college basketball
It's the worst things
ending.
ever happened to me.
Like you said, PGA,
The Masters.
the Masters.
You have WrestleMania, and you just have the start of that springtime, which brings joy to come out of the crappiness that is March and February, which I think are the two worst months. They're so depressing. It's just cold and dreary. To go from that to a beautiful spring day where you could just smell the spring in the air.
I do not
You're
want to
walking
smell
around your
that.
neighborhood and you're just joyful. Kids are outside playing baseball. You're walking, you're bike riding, you're doing something fun, active, rollerblading outside. April is the best. As far as these 2 months go, I don't even think it's close.
All right,
Nothing.
Sandy.
It's just like nothing matches to like the holiday cheer. I don't even really like Christmas that much. Like as a holiday, honestly, on Christmas I usually end up crying.
So then
But
what
it's
is it you like?
The holiday.
You're like the
part of
least
it.
spiritual person when it comes to Christmas. I've never seen
There's
you talk about
almost nothing
Christmas.
spiritual about Christmas anymore.
So what
Like,
what is it that you actually like about Christmas? Because I've never heard you like talk anything positive about Christmas.
Yes, I have. I love the Christmas season. I've mentioned that several times before. All of the decorations, all of the lights that are up. Every time I see a house like totally head to toe in Christmas lights, I feel jolly. I feel like Santa Claus himself. Also, the movies, amazing. No matter how bad a Christmas movie is, it will always be good to me. I mean, my favorite movie is Santa Paws, and that's one of the worst movies ever made. But because it's a Christmas movie, that automatically makes it good.
So I forget, what did we get out of that? Is that
April's it, dude. April's
all right? Drum roll, please. December has won.
What?
Oh!
Screw Devin and his
Let's
birthday
go!
because it seems like Devin's only.
We had a very
reason.
excited caller to call in to talk about April.
I'm picking April. Me and Devin are both picking April.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the caller who accidentally or not accidentally said a no
No.
word. I don't know. And maybe my vote counts because I've been saving my votes. I've been harvesting my votes, and I'm
Recount.
I'm dumping them all
Stop the
out.
vote. Stop the vote.
Stop them.